Hey YouTube, this is Alex, a Canadian vapor, with another e-juice review for you here today. And today we're going to be looking at a flavor called Cookie Monster, which is part of the anchored line from A.ONeill Vapes, made right here in Moncton, New Brunswick, by a gentleman named Charles Bryman. Cookie Monster is described as a sugar almond cookie. It is a 30-70 PG-VG mix, and this particular batch happens to be 3 milligrams. First of all, the labeling. Cool label on it. A nice little scenery there in a glass bottle, your run-of-the-mill dripper in there. It's just got your basic information, name of the flavor, a bit of a description, the sugar almond cookies on there, so you kind of know what to expect, your milligram strength, and then, your warnings about that it contains nicotine, and pretty well what you would expect from a label, but it is a nice label and a nice glass bottle all the same. See how she smells. I'm quite familiar with this juice. I've already vaped quite a bit of it. It's a 30 ml bottle and it's pretty well gone. So I'm quite familiar with this juice as is, and a number of juices from A.ONeill Vapes. Wow, that smell hits you. It's not pungent or offensive in any way, but it's there. I mean, it smells quite nice. It's really pleasing, the bouquet. You smell, it's like almost kind of like walking into a bakery, or your grandmother's pantry or something like that. You smell baked goods right away. It smells really nice. Real quick before I vape it, but what I'm doing this on is just dual Claptons only out at 0.23 and the Twisted Mesa Square and the Tesla Invader. So see how she vapes. So yeah, 0.23 dual Claptons at 4.3 volts on the Tesla Invader. That should give me right around 80, 82 watts, something like that. Right in that ballpark. Wow. Mmm. Man, that is definitely cookie. So what I'm getting with this build and at the wattage I'm vaping it at, and with my palette, is I'm definitely getting like a sugar cookie kind of a base to it. And on the exhale, I'm getting not creamy, but like a buttery kind of a flavor to it. It's got like a buttery with notes of brown sugar and a nice almond finish to it. It's a really nice juice. It's got a nice mouth feel too, if that makes any sense at all. Like with certain vapes, particularly bakeries, like I myself am a fan of vapes that have some texture to it. This definitely has a slight bit of I don't know if I would call it grainy, but there's definitely a mouth feel and a texture to it as well. And then with that creamy or buttery exhale with the brown sugar on it and the almond, it just rounds it out really, really, really nicely. This is some pretty high quality stuff here. Um, it's just a warm, nice, dense vape. Uh, the only thing, and I mean, this isn't a complaint in any way. I myself do prefer thicker juices, and I also know that A.ONeill vapes, certain flavors, they are offered in max VG. This particular one happens to be a 70-30, which is fine no matter what you're vaping it in. For a dripper, I personally prefer thicker juice. This would be outstanding in a tank. If you were to throw this in a Clito 120 or something like that, it'd be absolutely fantastic. But it's also it's quite good in a dripper as well. I mean, it's fine for a dripper. It's great in a dripper. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. So yeah, I mean, it smells good. The flavor on it is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, and vapor production is right up there too. I mean, it's only a 70-30 juice, which is not the thickest of juices out there, and I'm getting plenty of vapor out of this. Oh, that buttery brown sugar exhale though, it gets me every time. It tastes like it's like you're eating a cookie fresh out of the oven. It's got that warm, soft kind of a cookie thing going on. You know how in a cookie, when it fresh comes out of the oven, it's still soft and warm? It's like that with this really buttery, brown sugar laden exhale on it. It's fantastic. Flavor's good. It smells good. Vapor production on it is great. It's good in a dripper. It'd be fantastic in a tank as well, or an RDTA, whatever you want to throw this in. It'd be great. Another thing too, I've talked to Charles quite a bit, and I'm getting into DIY. And the only reason why I'm mentioning this, I do feel it pertains to this review because Charles has given me a lot of advice on DIY, and he's cautioned me several times about flavors that contain diacetyl. Why that matters to you is if, as someone who's getting into DIY, if he's warning me about diacetyl, that tells me that he's not a fan of diacetyl in his juices. Me personally, I don't mind a little bit of diacetyl in my juice. It gives that creamy texture. You know, I don't mind it, but it's nice to know that there's a juice maker that is cautious of that. And based on my conversations with him where he's cautioning me about using flavors with diacetyl, that leads me to believe full-heartedly that he makes sure that his flavors don't contain that stuff, which is good. I mean, that's a great thing. As well, this juice is quite easy on the cotton. I've vaped several of his flavors. They've all been fantastic, and not one of them have gunked up my coils or messed with my cotton. I don't know what else to say. It's a great juice. The taste is fantastic. It's consistent every time I buy the juice. It's really consistent. Can't recommend this one enough. So if you happen to be in the Moncton area and you have not tried fogged out vapes yet, I would say, what are you waiting for? Get on this stuff. It's absolutely great. I love it. Really tasty, really well made, good quality control, local juice, sold at a good price. I mean, what more can you ask for? Two thumbs up all the way. And that's going to do it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. And like always, whatever you're vaping on, be safe. First and foremost, be safe and happy vaping. Bye.